Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access. My name is Rob. Joining us today is Rosie.
Hello, everyone.
Rosie, this is Crimson Desert.
Wow.
The upcoming action-adventure open-world RPG from Pearl Abyss, who are a Korean studio, the same studio that brought us Black Desert Online, like a big, ambitious MMO. But this... originally, I think it was supposed to be a prequel or at least a follow-up to Black Desert Online, but it's sort of become its own thing. It's a purely single-player action RPG set in this enormous and beautiful world. You'll have got a little glimpse of it back there. It's set in the same universe as Black Desert Online. So fans of Black Desert Online, a lot to look forward to here. For those of you not familiar with Black Desert Online, this video is going to showcase a series of boss battles that I fought. I got hands-on with the game a few weeks ago, starting with this lovely man, the Stag Lord.
The Stag Lord. He's looking very boss battle energy vibes. Look at his armor.
I mean, I was given like a little bit of a preamble by the devs who were like, we have a very sophisticated combat system. You're going to be fighting 4 bosses, so please pay attention to that. I was like, yeah, cool. I know what I'm doing. And you'll see here, the Stag Lord, he's not pulling any punches, Rosie.
Yeah, literally, he's just immediately gone in, and when you have a cinematic, our swords are really close, and they do that thing when they push each other away and then they stand for a bit. He wasn't having any of that.
Did you see the environment crumble then as he hit me into it? I just thought I immediately was taken a bit off guard by how immediate and quick and brutal the combat was. Incredibly fun. Like, you play as Cliff, you're one of the grey mains, and I had a little bit of a tutorial fight, and then it was straight into the bosses. So you've got your basic setup. You can dodge, you can block, you can parry if you block at just the right time, and then launch a counter attack. You've got so many sort of hotkey skills that you can use. Some of which are effective against the Stag Lord, some of which were not. And just this fight, the music is just epic, the staging fantastic, and it's hard to sort of compare it to anything else that's out there at the moment, I think. I didn't really get a taste of the open world gameplay as I was playing. As I said, I just got to play these boss fights. But it really felt like the staging and the setup of each boss fight felt very... look at him. He's just absolutely picked me up and slammed me into the ground.
Literally, whilst you've been talking, I've been watching, I've been going like, ooh, like at some moments. When you had the camera and your back was turned to him and you dodged away from his attack, I was like, oh, nice.
It's just the distance he launches you when he hits you, you really feel like you're in this epic tussle. I've got a little... So I found out that the one move that is effective on him is you've got this like sort of... it's almost like a force push, which I'm charging up here, and that stuns him a little bit, and you can get a flurry of attacks in. This is towards the end of the fight. Look at how that masonry's just crumbled as I've smacked him into it. But yeah, it's the combinations of moves that you can do, and we'll see a little bit of that later on in the video. So deep, so sophisticated that for those of you who are familiar with your typical role-playing games, it feels very action-based, the combat system. So fans of action games, I think, are going to find a lot to love. Fans of massive open-world fantasy role-playing games are going to find a lot to love. I think it feels quite Elden Ringy in like the staging of... Look at his blood sort of like just flowing down the steps there. I mean, this is his death animation. And he goes and... This is so badass. He wins the fight, in my opinion. Even though... Just the way he dies. He goes back to sit in his throne. I rule over naught but ruins now. Look at him. What a guy.
Yeah, that was a great... I love that. That was really great.
Look at his throne with like stag antlers on it. And now you'll notice here that I've got his shield, the Stag Lord's shield. So this is later on. Look at how beautiful that is.
I love the wind in this game. Like, immediately when you did your first panning shot, I noticed the wind in the trees and the long grass, and even a bit in your hair. And you can see it here as well. Everything's just going, just blowing in the wind.
It almost feels like too good to be true. A game this big, a world this beautiful, with combat this rich. It honestly feels amazing. And you're playing as this guy called Cliff, as I've mentioned. He looks like a badass. There's certainly you know, some of it feels a little bit Elden Ring. It also feels a little bit Witcher as well. Just in terms of this guy I'm about to fight now, the Reed Devil, is an entirely different kettle of fish, Rosie, to the Stag Lord that we've just seen. So let this little cutscene play out.
You would take such a pitiful life as mine? Well, you're certainly not the first to try. My own father, if one could call him that. Came desperately seeking his bastard boy, when no sons were left of his noble line. But when he took one look at my leprous face, he called me the devil. Tried ending my life.
Well done, you weren't seen through his cutscene nonsense.
The Stag Lord was massive and strong, just all over the place. This guy was quick,
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Did you find that move was good against the Reed Devil, or did you try it once and then think? It seemed like a bit of a more slow, powerful attack in comparison to Reed Devil's like super quick, speedy moves.
You're unafraid of my sword. Why? I care to guess. The mask.
Little quick time here.
Oh, here we go. Get that
trying to
mask
get his
off.
mask off, yeah.
I don't think that's how you remove a mask, buddy.
If anything, that's just going to solder it into his face.
You need to pull it, not push it further in.
Well, now that my secret has come to light, this dance shall resume some other day. Running again.
So he sort of disappears into the ether, and presumably you'll have to fight him again at some other point.
Allow this poor man a brief respite, and look to your own health as well.
Aw.
Until
Take care of yourself.
You do well as well, because
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah,
fight.
yeah.
We want to fight you again someday. But
You know, eat your veggies, keep hydrated.
two very different boss fights there. I'm sure you'll agree.
Yeah.
This next one, Hexe Marie, who's
Ooh.
like a witch who can transform into a flock of crows, or a murder of crows, I guess you would say. Very sort of, again, shifting the vibe. Here she is. And she's able to animate lots of ads, which you will see in a moment. And in this fight, I sort of spammed a combo I discovered and really enjoyed, which was using the force push, let's call it that, to launch myself into the air and then doing like a slow-mo bow and arrow shot into the ground whilst I was in the air, which I pulled off a number of times in this fight, and I hope you enjoy how skillful I am, Rosie.
Oh, who are these stone friends over?
No, don't feel pity for them.
Look at them, they're just a bunch of pots.
Yeah, they're pots that the witch has animated. Look how they're horrible. Look at them swarming. And the game gives you a little hint. The game gives you a little hint there in that cutscene as to what move might be effective in this fight.
Yeah, I like that.
The punch into the ground to launch you up into the air. And I love how each fight after the cutscene, it's like straight into it. So there's the pound into the ground to get me up into the air.
Yeah, you picked up on that immediately.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I understand.
It was the one combo I actually was able to pull off and use sort of like slow-mo it in the air and then shoot explosive arrows at the lot of them. A lot of fun.
So what are the weapons you've got? Is it, I'm guessing, is it always a sword, or can you switch
you can choose. You can choose. So I chose like a sword and shield. I mean, I'm basic, Rosie. I always go for the sword and shield. But there are various weapons that you could choose from. Various different play styles. And like, I didn't get to really explore much with it, but from what I could tell, a skill tree that offers a lot of depth and variety to sort of build your character how you want. But it would appear that each boss battle requires its own unique strategy.
Yeah.
So here I've been doing that move, and finally this is towards the end of the fight now. I'm closing in on her and trying to get melee attacks in, but she, as her health gets towards the end, you can see here she goes massive and terrifying, and sort of teleporting all over the area, turning into her crows.
I just wanted to say, like, even for her intro cutscene, I love her outfit and her whole design, and now seeing her become this massive, like, being as well, with the beautiful blue outfit she was in. I think this boss looks stunning.
I think the boss fights are really cool. Like the bosses are the type of bosses that you will talk about and that feel like proper characters in their own right. Like, the kind of bosses that are cool and that you actually like and enjoy fighting, and almost to some degree don't want to defeat them because they're so cool.
Like, even the whole set piece for this, there's so much going on in this fight. You've got your attack projectiles going, you've got crows flying everywhere, you've got explosions happening from your little pot friends, you've got, obviously,
me getting my ass kicked.
Blood splattering all over the place. There's so much going on. It's going to take it's very engrossing.
Yes. Yeah, it's really engaging. As I said,
engaging. That's the word.
All I got to do was fight some bosses. Like, I am absolutely raring to go in terms of exploring the open world, because I've got a little glimpse of it, and it looks just massive. Full of towns to explore, people to talk to, side quests to go on. As I say, I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. The combat is, as you can see, really involved. Not like a game where you can just hack and slash your way to victory, and you've got to be good at the combat.
Yeah, you've got to learn it and also change your strategy. And it's not as if you can just go for one fighting style and then be like, I'm just going to brute force my way through it. You have multiple kinds of fighting styles you're going to have to practice. And
definitely. And Hexe Marie, you don't fully defeat her either. She goes off. I think it's looking amazing.
Yeah, I was not expecting this when you said we're going to talk about it. I was not expecting this at all, and I'm loving it.
That is Crimson Desert, coming out on PS5 later this year. If you like the look of the game, please do give the video a like. Let us know in the comments, and also don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you always stay up to date with everything from the world of PlayStation. Thanks for watching.
PlayStation